Oh,
It's
okay,
actually
okay.
great. It's actually a great freeze pose right there. You should take a
Maybe I
screenshot
should
of
leave it. Should I just leave it? I mean,
All right, chat. I'm
I look
just
better than
interested to see if I
regular,
can
right?
test this bubble up here
it.
again.
Looks good. It
I'm
looks
curious
good.
to see if we
Okay,
get a
cool.
push
Good trade
above
though,
that
Terrence. Good
level
trade. We got some more
with
headlines coming
volume.
out. Trump's talking oil companies now. Oil companies are making too much money. The president has said oil companies are making too much money. Let's switch over to crude oil and see what it's doing. Does crude like these comments? Oil firms are making too much money based on the shortage. Does anybody care? Do the oil companies care what the president is saying right now?
Well, crude seems to
Doesn't
be
look like it.
consolidating right now here in the last 10 minutes.
It does. It
Just
sure does.
hovering around the high 80s. Like the high pivot was like essentially 89, 79, 89 handle, and then we've bottomed out.
Chat, that would have been a
46
nice
handle,
little
so
buy
we are
if it wasn't such a weak
definitely
pullback.
stuck right now in crude. Previous segment low
It's
was
like a
moved
dollar.
lower though. Kind of broke some structure to the
Probably like a
highs.
dollar push up.
Took out the 80-20s.
Possibly.
A nice little sell off down to about
I would have liked it to pull back at
79.45s.
least to like VWAP or something for another buy.
So
I was
We're
willing
back
to
to
definitely
initial
buy on
balance
a
high,
deeper pullback, but that pullback is so like tiny.
One? Does it look right?
That's the trend though.
Yeah,
I was hoping
79.41
maybe
initial
to see
balance
it
high.
pull back a little bit
Hogue's
further
weekly
down there.
kickoff low 79.20. Pardon me. Oh, Trump's still talking about it. Exxon and Chevron are making too much money. We ran.
That's
right?
hilarious.
We ran a
Yeah.
we ran a news clip last week. The Shell Corporation had their second best second quarter in the history of the company in second quarter 2026. So the president's not wrong when he says the oil companies are making a lot of money. But I mean, is it ethical what they're doing to people? I don't know. Gouging us, price gouging us. You live in oil. Oh no, you live in cattle country, don't you, Terrence? You don't live in oil country, or do you live in oil country?
Cattle.
All right.
See how much volume we get on here.
What'd you just do?
Just
Who got
curious
in the
to see.
market?
I just added to mine. I took that stop. First of all, I took off some profit. When you said Trump is talking, I took off profit. Then it hit my stop. So I got in long, and now it's dropped a little bit while he's talking, and I've added to it to try and get back up to 58, 60-ish. So we'll see. I may have to get out of this.
Pull back there.
All right.
It's like a
Hogue just gave me another
bit of a
Delta
double
update.
top.
ES Delta is down to 5,000 positive Delta. So market order sellers are still coming in. We still got some top pickers in the mix here.
Oh,
I might
100%.
give it a shot myself. Yep.
This is a so we just got a 5-minute close, by the way, in a red bar. We're about to potentially get the second.
Okay, chat. I just went short on 2 options contracts here. I bought very cheap, high risk contract. Well, we're at the end of the day, they're all high risk, right? But I'm gonna share my screen with y'all to see what I'm doing, and I'll explain to y'all why I got in. I was thinking about getting in up here, but I wanted to kind of get a little bit more confirmation that there was a little more selling volume. And we're gonna be really careful because we are overall in an uptrend. But what I'm looking for is to see if there's any more volume on the follow through of the pullback. But we at least have a little bit of wiggle room for this to potentially be a slight double top. So I would like to see the measurement from here. I would like to see, once we get and possibly complete this measurement down of like about 30 points, what happens around this level, which is VWAP. If we're able to break VWAP with volume, then that would be a good sign. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. We're on options contracts right now, so hold on. And I'm possibly still willing to like get in long in some other contracts as well. So I'm gonna connect the phone link so that y'all can see. So right now what we're looking for is an increase in volume on the sales. Have to be very cautious because we are overall in a big uptrend today. I mean, it's been melting up all day. So yeah, very cautious of that. I got 2 contracts. I would like to see a pullback as far as the volume takes it. So don't really have no expectations, but more so just watching and waiting and gotten these contracts to see if we get follow through on this pullback. There haven't been too many significant pullbacks today. So yeah, let's go. Show you what we're looking at. I'm actually going to pull up sounds and decent volume on there. Like I said, we're looking about 30 points below. That's kind of the first little area test, which is at that I believe that's the 34. I got that 34 EMA right here at 28,908. So yeah, obviously if it's able to, come back, break these highs, that's gonna be a close on the contracts. But we're risking about half of the $100 account on this 2 contracts. I think I probably got in at 27 each. So yeah, we're trading the charts. We're not trading the dollars. What we're working on today is remaining centered, having good trading logic in terms of like our location. I feel like if I had to rate the location, I would rate it a B plus location for the trade. I mean, but then again, I wasn't focused on getting the perfect entry like at the top. I was focused on being disciplined and waiting for the selling volume to come in before I got in. So it probably would have paid a little more to kind of trust, what I wanted was up here. I was like, okay, I see the buying volume dropping off, but on the 15-minute, we do have like a big volume spike, but on the shorter time frames, we are getting a little volume divergence. So yeah, like I said, this is gonna be an area of conflict right here because you got a lot of pressure from the buyers, but then we are overall on the longer time frame. This is an area of resistance overall at this 701 area on the daily, and we pretty much like went straight up into it. I do think we could still get another push above it, which not to say we couldn't, because I'm also willing to play that long if we get a pullback to a lower support level, right? I'm also looking at the long side right now. I'm just playing the short side. So I could see us pulling down to here or even down to here and then having a push back up towards the end of the day. But for now, I want to play on the short side and like I said, see if there's any follow through. So let's just get to that 500 tick chart so we could see how much volume we'll get on the follow through here. And I'm actually gonna put on my little meditation sound to help regulate my nervous system. So for me, I already showed myself last week that we could extract money out the market on a $100 account. So this week I wanted to work on trading at the end of the day where it's the most risky so that I can get my timing even more right. So this week we're trading in the last 2 hours only on this account. So yeah, that's what we're working on. So yeah, we got a lot of conflict here. Like I said, we're looking at that level around here, right here at this 34 EMA. Would really like to see some volume support accelerating this move down with aggression. That's what I'm looking for. Really don't want to see want to see some conviction behind the sells on this. That's what we want to see, and then we want to get out on a spike on the sells as well. So we got to be cautious of that support that's right here at this
around the Tehran,
around the 28,908 level. And it's a coincidence that fucking Trump is talking shit about the oil companies at the same time we're at high a day. Like, come on, Trump. W script, bro. W script Trump. So yeah, just gonna be quick with this right here. I do have some playlists. Gotta find my little sounds. But yeah, one thing I'm working on is just like I said, like regulating my nervous system while I'm trading. And these contracts that we have are wait, hold on, let me pull it back up. Contracts that I have is 698, which that actually is one of the support levels below. So if we are able to actually get out of this, that would be a great support level. As you can see on the 5-minute, that is the 34 EMA. On the 15 minutes, ooh, we could get way below that, but like I said, we're gonna follow the volume. We're following the volume, and that's it. We're not following no money or numbers or any of that. We're definitely gonna get out of one of these contracts off of one of these volume spikes, but I do want to see if there's any aggression
Is all right, and I'm out.
on these
That was quick.
cells.
Ooh. All right.
Okay, so what
All
we
right,
want to see is
1-1.
what happens. What we want to see is what happens here, because this is like one of those first lines of defense here on the support. Want to see volume increasing on these sales, so I'm gonna like really be watching this for any pops back above. Gonna be looking for pops back above here, but I do want to give it a little bit of wiggle room as well. What's good? What's good? We locked in. We locked in. What's the word, bro? What's the word? Okay, good. Okay, we're getting a little aggression. I do want to see some follow through. I want to see some follow through, like a little bit more aggression on the selling, or we're gonna go ahead and sell that first contract to lock in the Ooh, I ain't gonna lie, my heart's beating. So right now, chat, what I'm focused on is just, keeping my nervous system regulated. It can get your adrenaline going a little bit on these trades. So I'm focused on staying centered, following the volume. We are at another support. Like I said, on these supports, what we're looking for is any aggression on the sales side when we're getting close to these supports. So we are getting close to that support down here at that 8 level. So I want to see on the 500 tick, can't really be scared here, right? This is what we wanted. What we wanted is to see what it does down here at these levels. Gotta be a little cautious of the bounce here. I want to see it come test this. I'm gonna give it a little wiggle room. I'm gonna give it a little wiggle room to prove itself, because there could be some sellers on these bounces here. All right, this is a good area to get out. I'm gonna be looking. All right, I want to see if we get like I said, on these levels here, I want to see if there's aggression as we get to these support. So I would really like to see, like I said, okay. All right, now we're getting a little bounce up, but like I said, on the 500 tick, we are getting these levels crossing, so I'm not gonna be scared of the pops here. Like I said, we are testing these levels, so it's like you got to give it a little bit of room to test the levels and pull back a little bit, because we want to give the sellers a chance. So right, we're right here by the support level, right? So we're gonna see if this support level holds, or if there's some sellers that are getting more aggressive pushing it. And like I said, we're trading a chart, we're not trading the numbers. Because if this contract gets in the money, ooh, buddy. Like I said, we're looking at the sells, getting a little aggressive here. Gonna be swapping to that 100 tick right here. And we definitely want to get out on at least one of these contracts on a spike. on one of these sell spikes, possibly. All right, so this is the test right here. It's like I said, if the sellers get aggressive down here, it could get interesting. But we are getting close to support, so it's like we have to balance it a little bit. Can't be too antsy, right? We're at the end of the day, this is the highest risk of the day, right? Can't be antsy, but we are gonna follow the volume. Okay, we're getting close to that support. See, it's slowing up a little bit. I'm not really liking that bounce. But it is getting a little bit more. Let's see. All right, we're getting a little bit of a bounce. Using this area right here as protection. It's able to cross above here. I'm trying to balance it too. This is a little bit of me having to test my option strategy because it's like a little bit different than the futures. But now we're getting a little bit more aggression on the sell side, right? So it's like you got to have a little bit of context, right? We got an hour and a half left in the day. We've gone up all day. Not saying we have to keep pushing below, but as we are getting these sellers coming in, we do want to give the sellers a little bit of a chance to prove themselves on how aggressive they can be, which means we have to test some of these levels that it came from to see how much activity is there on the cells, you know, and the only way to test that is on these pops up. So like I said, that's why I'm kind of using this as a guide, this 907 level. Kind of using that. Now we're at VWAP on the 500. And I want to see if it can prove that it can stay above that, because if not, it will come back and retest this level. And this is the part that's hard about the options, is you have to balance the timing of it, right? Because especially at the end of the day, we don't have that much wiggle room. But like I said, there are some supports below here to where if it fails at this support, we could make a pretty decent amount in a very short time on when the sell spikes. And that's what it looks like. The sellers are coming back into this a little bit. So I'm gonna let y'all see the options contract, right? So if we could get a spike on the sell below this level, the next level we're looking to would be about here. And getting out here on one of these contracts would be a way more profitable thing than getting out on that pop. And we are getting a little bit of volume on that sell. It's trying to pop back up here. So like I said, we got to give the sellers a chance to prove themselves. And we are getting some momentum on these sells here. The buyers are trying to like pop it back up. So like I said, as long as it's keep below. Now we're using this as a guidance right here at this 903. It's able to stay above that and keep rejecting. That's a good sign for the sales one here. Because chat, if we could walk away anything, it's good. These are options contracts. So on the $100 account challenge, every day that we make money, we're extracting the money out the account. So like I said, what I want to see is the sellers get more aggressive down here. So they're testing. They keep trying to pop it back up.
Oh, 100%.
Chat,
Get them rejected. Right.
Like and subscribe.
So as long as we keep seeing those levels get rejected,
yeah,
this is decent, but we're very cautious because, like I said, it is an overall uptrend and it could pop back up at any time.
Yeah.
So ideally, we want to just see the momentum continue on the sell side.
We'll be chopping it up at the Minnesota State Fair here soon, JD.
So it's kind of consolidating on this support.
How far
and I'm kind of just looking at like taking one of the contracts off.
State Fair starts.
But I'm also trying to balance that with being just like a little cautious.
August.
So, you know, it's a little tough because you gotta like kind of call it a little bit. But
I fly up on the 29th.
like I said, let's just go back to the 100 tick.
He's from Minnesota.
We really want to see some sellers come in here at some point because we're
Girlfriend's
losing
going with me
momentum.
to meet the family. That's always fun.
All right, I'm not gonna listen to them. Hold on, they're distracting me a little bit. All right, let's see. The buyers trying to pop it up a little bit. I really would like to see some sellers get aggressive here on a push. So we are consolidating, we keep rejecting here, so that's a good sign. I would like to see, like I said, some aggression and volume come in around this level. Can I get my sounds back? Because I would love if we could get a pop below this level and some aggression, like I said. So this is a really big test. Like I said, we got on the 1,000 tick, we got some support down here at this 6.4 level. We got some support down here at this 60 level. If we could crack that 7.4, that would be a good sign on the sales. Right? We want to see the momentum continue on the sales. All right, I want to get out on one of these contracts and leave a runner. Okay. Market order, sell one, right? I really would love to see what it does around this 7.4 level, around this 7.4, around this 6.4, because if we're able to get any momentum on the sales and it's able to get some aggression there, that would be great. So I'm gonna put my calming music on, and right now I'm more so focused on working on my breathing right here, versus anything. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna sell one right here, market order out. I hold the other one as a runner, so we are out one. We're out one, just to lock in the gains. And if there's any more momentum, we're gonna have this runner, and who knows where it'll go to. But we are out one, so just to pay ourselves, and then, you know, just to make sure we're not holding too much risk. But I do like the activity of the sellers, but they need to get a little bit more aggressive. But that's why we got one runner right now. So we got one runner, and if this goes in the money, it could pay us really good. You know what I'm saying? So we're at 698. We could very aggressively get to that 698 if there's enough selling volume here. So, but I want to go ahead, lock in that one contract to make sure we lock in a gain. But like I said, if we could get aggressive below these levels, especially below that 7.4, possibly crack below this level as well, it could get interesting. But the momentum is slowing up. So be interested to see how it does at that 903 level and possibly that 906. If it crosses these levels, I'm not really interested in holding that runner anymore. But as long as it stays below those levels, I'm willing to stay in to see it through. Possibly come back and retest these levels down here, just to see if we pull back, if there's any more sellers that pop up there, which we are about to pull back and retest. If we come back, retest this, and it pops and there's no aggression, I'm gonna sell this runner, which it could still work out, but I'm trying to be disciplined. Trying to be disciplined here, not get too greedy. But like I said, I do feel like we could see some sellers pop out if it fails to hold this support. But that's a big if. We have to see it play out, so can't really bank or hope on it. But that's what we just gotta see. We just gotta let it prove itself. That was a little pop right there. I really would like to see it get below this 8.2 level and come test it. That's really what I want to see. I want to see it come test this level down here or down here and see if it can hold up. Because it based on the uptrend, it should probably bounce. But if it fails, that could be a good sign that we might get a more aggressive push down towards the end of the day. And if we get an aggressive push down, chat, oh, that could get interesting. That gotta get it interesting. We gotta see. It's trying to pop back up. The sellers, come on, pop out. Sellers, if y'all here, I gotta make y'all statement. The buyer's sneaking back in this bit. I'm about to sell this shit. Alright, chat, my hand on the trigger to sell this shit. Market order right here. Oh, hold on, sellers. Hold on, sellers. What y'all talking about? Hold on, sellers. Sellers trying. The buyers popping back in this hodo. Buyers popping back in. I'm willing to let it come test this level again. It's 366 or 377. Yeah, man. Buyers trying to pop out, but the momentum is coming down a little bit, so I'm willing to let it come test this level again, see if it fails. If it's able to break above, then the momentum might be going back to the buyers. All right. Next level is that 907, 906. Trying to see if it's able to pop above that, or if any sellers pop back in. All right, it's trying. That was a nice little buy right there, but like I said, the momentum is shifting a little bit. Let me look on a little bit longer time frame here. Yeah, the buyers are popping back, so I'm looking to get out this contract unless I see something on the contrary, which one could argue if there was a spot to get in on another short contract, it would be right here. Let me see, because we can risk a small portion of the gains, like on one of those $8 contracts or one of the, but like we could get a pop back up too. That's kind of like my thing, but like I said, you gotta see that volume, which I'm about to actually get out this runner that I have right here. If I could close this. Closing that. Okay, just sold that for 32. Perfect timing on the close. All right, chat, we are plus $100 account challenge. We are plus $19.77 on the account, and we used about half of the balance. Not too shabby, feel what I'm saying? Not too shabby. Perfect timing on that exit, like I said. The momentum was slowing down and wasn't able to get below that level, and this is a pretty big, strong level right there too. So yeah, perfect timing on the exit. We'll see if there's enough volume, because overall on the trend, this was that perfect area to get in long. I was willing to get in it long down there, but I kind of want to see a little bit more volume pop up. So I saw that volume kind of drop off on that pullback, as that was a really good level. And yeah, I might go long on this, you know. I would like to see if it could come back and retest that level possibly. But I might go long on it. It's on that I feel like we could get a retest of that higher day. I want to see how deep of a pullback we get. Oh, and we're getting a nice pop off of that level right there. It's a nice pop. I like that for the longs. But yeah, on the long, I think we might wait a little bit longer. You feel me? We got like an hour, 15 minutes. We got about $48. We got $48 of buying power left for the day. So we're gonna let the buyers prove themselves. We'll see if they get slammed down by some sellers. You know, if the sellers got enough momentum to push this back down, like an indicator on the sell side that we could get back in would be if it comes back and if it breaks this low right here. If it breaks that low, then possibly we could flip back to the sell side and then play for a test, maybe to like VWAP on the 1,000 tick, or you know. But I think we could go retest higher day though. All right, I might get in long right here. possibly. But yeah, I want to see if it can hold though, because I feel like the sellers could come down and absolutely slam the fuck out of this, but we gotta let them prove that they could wipe out all them buyers right there. So like I said, I want to play both sides, you feel me? But yeah, good indicator if we crack below this support, but otherwise I'm looking to the long side. I want to give it a little bit of room, feel me? All right, we're gonna see what's up with that, with the buyers here. I did get in a long one contract. I would like to see if it comes back and retest this higher day, possibly. So assuming the buyers hold this, which like I said, we got to see if they protect that support right there, because it could easily flip to the other side on the sell, which, hey, my hand's on the trigger to sell that shit. It's not able to hold that level, but I'm kind of just following the uptrend right now. Following the uptrend, even though we've been going up all day. Just see if it got enough legs to make this push up back to the higher day. A little nervous. Working on the nerves though. Like I said, I am on the side of the trend. That was a little bit of a weak pullback. You know, I did want to go long on a deeper pullback. I was hoping it would pull back a little bit more, but I can't control how far it pulls back, you know. But I can follow the trend though, because we could just get like this crazy, you know, like we did see some crazy shit last week with the way the market kept going up and up and up and up and up and up. So I don't see why it can't do that 2 back-to-back days. In fact, that would be even more of a reason to keep going up, because the short squeeze of hell. So we did get long right here, I think on a 702 contract, playing that to see if it comes back and tests the higher day, because if it's able to test the higher day and actually pass it, there could be some interesting momentum behind that. So yeah, really watching this level here to see when it gets back up there, if we get an increase in volume on the buys, that could carry us up to these levels that we were at before. So yeah, we want to see the buyers get really aggressive right here. So we're just playing the trend on this one. Playing the trend.
You got about 6 minutes. 6 minutes.
Yeah.
5.5.
So yeah, I want to see it come test this 2-3.
Did you guys see that?
No.
Who's your favorite bowler? Who's your favorite bowler?
JD. My favorite bowler is
Right,
JD
Munson.
and Gabe.
They call me Bigger.
Let's see,
Ernie McCracken.
let y'all see the contract. Let's see what the contract's at right now.
Two of those guys are from the same movie.
Contract up
There's a
25% right
5-minute
now.
candle closure back into the 920s.
So let's see how much
If it doesn't
momentum
go
we can
now, I
get.
don't want to be in it. Worst case, I don't pass this today, and we come back and try again tomorrow.
All right,
There you go.
Green Day
we
nonetheless.
got a little buy-in right
Are you trying to
there.
pass this
Like I
purely?
said, kind of want to see a little more volume at this VWAP. If we can get some aggressive volume over the VWAP, that would be a good sign. Otherwise, I'm gonna just take the money on this this push up and close it. Really want to see it like continue the momentum here, which the volume is shaping up okay. Cool with it coming back, retesting that VWAP, but really don't want to see it get below this level here. So worst case scenario, maybe we get out this flat. I'm definitely not gonna let this significantly go against me to eat into the profits on the last one, but definitely want to give it enough room to pull back and retest. at this level all the way down to this 900 level. Possibly a little bit lower, let the buyers prove themselves. But yeah. So yeah, we were just up plus 25% on that contract. But like I said, if we do have enough momentum to come back and retest the highs of the day, we could make a pretty little decent amount on that. So I'm gonna just stick in because we did get that volume spike on the 15-minute chart. And this would have been the perfect retest of the support. Pull back up. So this is really the test right here to see if we can hold above that 2-1 level, 28,921. We could close above that level. That would be a good sign that we might be able to come and test this higher day. Second level, 28,934. Those are the levels I'm looking at for us to break out above and hold above those levels. Because let me actually draw like a fib retracement here to see where we could extend up. So they're saying 29,000. We get above that 6.5, 29,016 would be that next level that we could possibly get to on that next retracement. And hey, if we get a crazier short squeeze, we could go hit that next level at that 29,099. But we'll save that for seeing what the volume looks like. We got to get past this level at higher day first, which there was a pretty decent amount of volume on that. So there's a good chance that we could, do something. But like I said, we need to see the volume able to keep pushing above these levels, which we're getting a pretty decent response on the volume. But like I said, we're at the end of the day, so we need to keep seeing the push aggressively in our direction. It's not good enough for it to kind of go aside and stair step. I want to see a explosive move of some buyers popping in here to push it back towards higher day, because I really just want to stay in and see that test, possibly a retest of higher day, which there we go. We're getting a little bit of buyers coming in here, a little bit. But like I said, I want to see it. We want to see a rip up. I want to see an aggressive push up on one of these levels, especially past this 0.618 at that 33 level. That's really the level that I want to see, because it was really struggling having a fight around that level before. So if we could get a push, an aggressive push towards that level above it, that could be a good sign. But if we fail up there, I'm definitely going to close the contracts right there. So if we fail, so I'm gonna just put a line right there so that y'all can see what area I'm looking at. I'm looking right there. I'm gonna make it yellow.
How much money you put into it? Like
$100 contract, $100 account challenge.
Okay.
Right now I'm up 18% on this contract. This is a $30 contract, so I didn't risk that much, but I already made a little bit today. I was up 21, so I just risked a small amount right here. Possibly see if we could make some shape with that, but I'm kind of just being real cautious with it because I'm already up. Feel me? If we could walk away with $20 today, that would be good. I'm not trying to let this go right on me. And we're like at the end of the day, so it's getting more risky the longer that I hold it. So I'm really trying to see if we could get some momentum on this trade that I have, because all we need is one little momentum spike. All we need is just like one little push up. We could get one push up, that would be nice. But the market just got to be on our side with the right timing of it. So just gotta see, because like it's a very cheap contract, but like if it does work out, we could get 50% or double on here.
Yeah, double would be crazy.
Yeah, double is not crazy, but it's just a matter of like if we get the right momentum and the timing. That's the thing. Like we're on the right side of it, but I don't know if it's gonna move in time for us to not like lose money, because this is an option contract, right? So the option contract, the longer it goes in the day, the more value it loses. So it loses value with time. So it's not like a regular stock where if you just buy it and hold it, you're good. You have
Oh,
to
okay.
buy it and get the timing right of it as well.
Okay.
So I'm on the riskiest version of those contracts too, because I'm trading in the last 2 hours of the day. But that was kind of my goal, was to trade during the most risky time to like get some high risk, high reward plays in there. So like if this moves against me a little too much, I'm gonna just close it flat and just walk away with that plus $20. But I do see the potential on this. But we're just now, chat. This is kind of the level we want to see it retest. It's 900. We want to see if some buyers pop in here. We do got some decent on the buys, but we need to see a little bit more action from the buyers to keep the price pushing up. What's good, Mixie? We're just trading here. So right now, chat, we want to see it stay above this level that it pulled back on. Really want to see it hold on this pullback. We want to see the buyers pop out somewhere and show that they're gonna support the price up. Otherwise, I'm gonna close it, because at the end of the day, even though it is an uptrend, we are at a significant level of resistance in this area on the chart on the daily. Like, as y'all can see right there. So like at any point the sellers could pop in and be like, just crash the party and pull this shit all the way down. But right now I'm just playing the trend. I'm not worried about that because the buyers have been very aggressive on this. What's the word, Mixie? Yeah, we locked right now, Mixie. We're at the end of the trading day, managing this trade that I'm in. So I'm locked on the charts, just kind of watching this, making sure the momentum's still in our favor. Okay, the buyer's stepping in a little bit. I need them to pop out a little bit more, because if they could pop over this. Excuse me, bitch, did y'all just move my damn. First of all, ho, I don't know who y'all think y'all are moving my shit. Hold on. But yeah, chat, right now, like I said, we want to see the buyers get aggressive. All right, see, this is why I was trying to lock this shit. Don't piss me off, bro. Oh my god, why does it keep doing that? I'm about to lock this. Hold on. Okay. So chat, what we're looking for right here, we want to see the buyers get aggressive. Okay, that was a nice pullback. It's trying to pop back. Now what we want to see, hold on, let me get my little earth sounds, my little nature sounds and shit. We want to see the buyers get aggressive and push above this level that we hit here to go test this line. We want to see it come test this yellow line. And we want to see the volume get more aggressive up there. We don't have too long to be waiting for that to happen. So it's like if the buyers are going to make some shake, they kind of got to hurry up. I ain't going to lie. We need to see the momentum continue. Otherwise, we're just going to have to close this contract. And it doesn't mean that like it can't still work out, which I'm actually thinking about just closing it now. Because this could still work out, but I don't like how the momentum's slowing up on the buys. It just might not happen now for me. But like I said, we need to see the buyers get aggressive. If they are up, hold on. As soon as I said that, here come the damn buyers. Yo, the market's so funny, chat. As soon as I said that shit, nigga, there go the buyers, and now we might be able to get that test. Hold on, buyers. What y'all talking about? Now, let's see if they get aggressive here, chat. What we want to see is the volume increase. This is exactly what I was talking about. We want to see the volume increase at this level. We don't want to see it slow down. So I'm about to have my hand on the trigger on the sell button now. If the buyers aren't able to hold it above that level and test that, pull back and go back and test it again and get above, then that's looking no bueno for our trade. But if they can hold above this and prove that they could like get over this level, first of all, they did get over the level, but now we want to see it hold above that level. That was nice. Hey, look. Hey, them buyers though. Them buyers popped out on niggas though. Hey, they pushed that shit down. Hold on. We getting a little aggressive. Hold on. Buyers popping out on niggas. Pop out and show niggas then. Pop out and show niggas then. Yo, as soon as I was about to sell that bit. Hold on, chat. This might be it. My chingas. Are we about to go back to back green on niggas though?
I'm one of these guys that'll sit here and watch.
Hold on now, chat. Buyers are waking up. This is what we want to see now. We want to see if we can go test that higher day. We do have another level at this 4-7.
There are options that make me feel like there's a potentially very nice trade setup. And that trade is large call options at the 7,600 strike in the SPX.
Hold on, they talking.
You will
Talk
add
to me.
28 points to the SPX to get your conversion to the ES. That number is 7628.
Talk to me, gang.
There's also large call options at 7595.
Talk to me, gang.
Or 7590.
What we saying?
If you add 28 to that, you get 7618. So last
what about
sale
the NQ?
ES, I'm going to call it now. I'm not going to run victory lap after the fact. 3 p.m. and 58 seconds, I will be looking to short the market, thinking they get it below 76.28, and I would love it if they got it below 18. They did it last
All right, Chad,
Friday.
we're looking at where we could get out. We're plus
20 points in
42%.
the last 30
We're just looking at the volume.
I'm willing to risk 500 for potentially a $3,000 trade. And now we'll have sat here all day to make that.
He planning this shit out to a T.
And had I gotten
okay.
up and walked away, I would not have made it. So.
All right, chat. He distracted me. Chat, we're looking at the volume, looking at the momentum. I'm looking at getting out of this. I want to see if we're able to hold above this level. Okay. We are looking to get out of this contract. Want to see if we can hold above this level here. I don't like that pullback too much. Nigga, I'm about to get out green. Fuck. Hold on. I want to see if we got any more aggression on those buys. Like I said, we're letting it come back, retest this level, and prove itself that it could, if there's any more momentum here. All right, we're going to 100 tick. I want to zoom in a little bit. We could come back, test that 40 area. Like I said, I would love to see it come test that higher day again. See if it fails up there or if we get any more aggression. All right. Now, chat, I ain't gonna lie. I'm really fighting just going and taking my money on this. I'm gonna follow my instincts. I'm selling. I'm following my instincts. I'm out. I want to take my green. I ain't about to hang in this. All right. We just made, I don't know, about 20, maybe 30%. It would have been better to get out on one of these spikes. I don't know, chat. I'm just trusting my instinct. I see the momentum slowing down. I really want to see it like continue to launch off of here. Now, it still could go up, but gang, we are already up today. I'm not trying to be greedy, gang. I'm trying to just take the money. Gang, this is a $100 account challenge. We just beat the odds and got 2 green trades. So, as y'all can see, I don't know where we got out at on here. I don't really give a fuck. Nigga, we're up 26% on the account, gang. What could you really say? Gang, we beating the odds, mud. You can't really get mad at this game. Like, we're at the end of the day, we're trading the most risky contracts of the day. What could you really say, mate? We just got out. Okay, I can show y'all the orders. And look, this shit can still work out too. Look, but I would like it to pull back. Hell, if it pull all the way back to this 14 level, I might go buy again, gang. I might buy again, mate. Or the sellers could come in this bitch and crash the party on some shit. Which, hey, I love playing the short side, so we do got like a little bit of money left to trade with. So if the sellers come in this hole and they like, oh, party's over, we're crashing this shit, I'm in for that too. I don't need this shit to go up. In fact, I would love to be on the short side of it, possibly. So if the sellers come in and break the trend on this bit, we flip into the sell side, because that could be a juicy ass move on the sell. So we getting a little aggression on the sells right here. Getting a little aggression. Feel me? Being cautious with it. If we do get enough momentum on the sell side now, as of right now, it's still valid to come push up a little bit. This is a valid pullback right here, right? But if there is enough aggression and momentum on the sell side, I could possibly go. But my thing is, I want to see it come retest that higher day. If it comes retest that higher day and fail, that would be a better spot to short. So since we don't have that much money left to trade with, I'm eyeing that short though. I'm eyeing that short, but I'm gonna be patient because we got about 54 minutes left in the traded day. So look, ideally, it comes, retest the higher day, fail breakout for a short scenario, retest high day, fail breakout, just completely fail up here, or breakout and fail, and we get aggressive sells, and then we could get in short up here. That would be the best risk for us. Now, if that does not happen, we would need confirmation on a trend break, right? We need the sellers to get aggressive and push really the trend down here and break the trend and close below this level down here. If we get a close below this 382 level at the 14, that's one level, but I would really like to see it close below this 900 level. That could be interesting. Oh, we getting a little sell. Like I said, I do want to see the sellers get aggressive down here. As of right now, we're just gonna check, you feel me? This does look like it's flipping a little bit. This does look like it's flipping to the sell side a little bit. That could be interesting, but we need to be patient. We need to be patient here. This is a test of the patience. Now, it is going to try to push towards VWAP, and like, it could still pop up. Like I said, we're going to be careful here because we do have 52 minutes left in the day. It could pull all the way back to VWAP and pop back up, go test that higher day. That's what we're watching out for right now. We're watching out, even though we're getting a little seller momentum, this could be the sellers getting in a little early and kind of letting us know that they're here at these levels, but the buyers could make one more push, like I said, to go test the higher day, which it kind of looks like they're trying to push this back up a little bit. They're trying, but buyers and sellers, this is a very contentious area. Like I said, this is a very big resistance area on the daily chart. That's why I want to save a little bit of money and take that green on that last trade so we could possibly get into that short trade with the last little bit of our money. But like I said, we need that timing to be good on that short if we are to do it. Oh, that is I like that. Hey, I like that volume on the sale though. I ain't gonna lie, chat. Chat. I ain't gonna lie. We might gotta risk it for the biscuit, little chat. We might gotta go a cheap contract right here. I'm trusting my instinct on that selling volume. That selling volume looks really nice. I'm getting in a $10 contract right here. $10 contract. And we're going to risk a small portion of our gains. We're going to risk a small portion of our gains on this end of day short. Now, I just risked $10. Worst come to worst, we getting out this bitch plus how much? What's it called? If we lose all the value on these shorts, y'all can see my contracts right here. This is how you make lotto plays. I got in one contract at $10. I got in one contract at $6. All right. We are already up on this account. Worst come to worst, we walk away plus $10 today. Now, I'm not going to let these go to zero, right? I'm going to close them. But I'm risking a portion of what we already made because I'm seeing the selling volume, right? So, like I said, though, caution to the upside because this could still come back, retest higher day before we see a push down. Where's my sounds? I don't want to see what it does. I want to see if the sellers can push this back down, because it is very interesting that these sellers were popping out at these levels. It was interesting. I just want to see if they can get any follow through, because if it breaks this pattern, now this could also be a cup and handle. You know, this do look like it could be a cup and handle, cup, possible handle, and then it explode up to this level. I could definitely see that. I really see both sides for real. So I'm really like taking the lower, well, it's all high risk at this time of the day, right? But if we get followed through on that short, we do have a lot more room to the downside than to the upside. So I'm kind of just playing probabilities and trying to see if there's gonna be any more momentum behind those sells. Also taking into context what one of the guys on the trading stream was saying, was having a lot of sellers at these higher levels. I did listen to that, heard that. So I'm kind of keeping that in mind as well, where he's saying there's just a lot of sellers sitting up here at these levels to where there could be like a larger pullback in the day. And the contracts are so fucking cheap that if it does work in our favor, it's worth the risk of $16 gang. So who knows? We gotta see how it works out. But let's see what the volume doing. We really don't have no risk right now, chat. If we lose all the money of these contracts, we still up 10% on the count. But if it work out in our favor, ooh, buddy, we ain't even gonna talk about that, chat. We didn't go trade the chart, little twine. Hold on, sellers waking up. Hold on, sellers. Hold on, sellers. Sellers waking up. Wait a minute. What we talking about? What we talking about? Talk to me, charts. What's the vibes, mud? What's the vibes, muddy? Alright, so as y'all can see, we ain't got no movement on the contracts yet. Alright, yet. But if we get enough momentum on the push down, we can get out these contracts, possibly flip them 100%, 2, 3, 4, 500%. We don't know. We don't know. But if we were to get a larger time frame volume spike to the downside, there are a lot of downside targets that we could hit. And if this is a double top here, we could go ahead and measure from the top to the bottom. Say that's 80 points and see what would 80 points below here be. 80 points below here would be about 28,800. If we were to get a pullback there, oh buddy, that would be nice momentum for our short, nice enough for us to make some money on it. That's all we need. We don't need to get all the way to our level, you feel me? We just need to get some momentum in our direction. That's the beautiful thing about options. You don't have to be all the way right. You don't have to get all the way to your target. You just need momentum in your direction, especially at the end of the day on these contracts. So yeah, we're getting some decent volume on those sales. We want to see the sellers get a little bit more aggressive. But like I said, I love being in these contracts where it's such low risk that you could just chill and just let the chart do what it do. But like I said, we do need to see some more aggression from the sellers up here, because as of right now, we need to get a close below these levels. We need to get some more closes, and I would love to get a close below this support down here. We're just gonna let the chart do what it do. Let's see what the what's the experts saying right now.
learn your lesson. You got to sit here all day to maybe make one trade that can make a difference.
Oh boy.
See what
Talk
they
about a
talking about.
buzzer beater. Eric, my partner in crime. Thoughts.
What's
it's
up,
very
Ray?
thought.
I'm actually already in a long.
Nice.
I've been long from 28,905 for, let's see, when did I enter? At the oh man, what did that be? 130 Central.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
What?
I've been holding this long. I peeled
trade.
one off I peeled one off at 935. Boom, my stops under the swing low here, so we locked in a little bit of profit. Risk to the downside is very minimal, and then I'm going to continue doing my 5-minute trailing for the rest of the session to see if maybe we can squeeze some of these shorts before Doomsday Ted comes out, right?
Right.
So we got 55 minutes until
Alright.
that happens, and we're going to see if we can get every
We're kinda
last
right
penny
here.
out of it.
Hanging around this
You are bumped from
Kudos, man. That takes a lot of
28,900-ish
patience.
level,
I don't have that.
right?
That's phenomenal.
Like I said, we want to see
long
some
how many? From
sellers
where?
come in
MNQ?
aggressive.
I'm on, only 2
Could get a
MNQ
sign.
now from 905.75.
They went long. That's not a bad spot to get long.
Yeah, okay, well,
Not a
last
bad
trade,
spot to get long.
28,903.
Right, I still see the case for the longs here. I do. Like I said, this really could play out both sides. And the buyers are coming back in. Buyers are coming back in. I'm saying we're getting signs from both sides here. This isn't really like I said, we have on the 15 and 30-minute chart, volume spike that could push us back towards that higher day. But they also could be exhaustion breaks as well, but we won't really know until we get some volume that's pushing in either direction. I do think that long is also a nice play too. I think that long is just as valid. I think I might cut that lotto right here in this area. But I do kind of want to see if it comes and test this resistance here again. What happens there if it gets rejected again? There does seem to be some like real sneaky some sneaky sellers in here, but the buyers are starting to get the momentum back a little bit. But there's also some little sneaky buyers too. But we're really seeing like a battle for the control of this area. For real. The buyers coming back in. Buyers coming back in, taking control of this area a little bit. But like I said, both sides kind of got to prove themselves. The buyers and the sellers, but the buyers overall do have control over the day. So they do have the advantage here. The sellers, it's like the sellers are able to come in with a little aggression, but it's like the buyers just come back and buy it up. So it's like if they feel like it's value at these levels, then they're just going to keep pushing it up and get to go test that higher day. Like I said, you can't really go wrong following that trend. But you just gotta let the volume prove itself on both sides. Why does it keep... Really? Do I have it that short? Hold on. Let me extend this. Oh, I forgot. I got a lot. So yeah, so it's trying, the buyer's trying to push it above, but definitely want to see. Hold on. Definitely want to see if the sellers come back and test that any of these levels again. Maybe that 900 level again to see, but who knows, it might not even pull back that much. I'm gonna test that 3.8 level right here. If it fails to hold that and comes back and tests those lower zones, it could be interesting for the short. But if not, I'm just gonna assume it's gonna keep making these pullbacks just to launch back up to test that higher day. Like I said, this is a really like contentious zone here. 28,882. Two five. 6 5. That's it. All right, so pull back to that level. Like I said, test at that level. The fact it hold at that, I said hold it. The fact it held that level, good sign for the buyers right there. Came back, retested that 3.8 level. See what they're talking about over here.
Man, tradertainment. You got to do
You
it.
said it, man. You absolutely said it. We NQ still about 40 points from session highs. NQ trading to 28,920. Yes, I am long. I'm
330.
long from 908. Long from 908 in the.
Nice trade, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's not really going.
So pattern recognition, I do realize. Remember we talked about VIX sellers at some point want to do some selling,
Yes.
and that means they do come in around 330. Seen them.
Oh, yeah.
So you might get a little turbo in your trade here, a little boost.
Oh, for bottom of the hour volatility? Come on.
Bottom of the hour, you might get a little selling in VIX and a boost in NQ.
Okay.
And we're getting a storm.
Yeah, a little downtick here. Don't forget we got Palantir earnings after the bell.
They wait this long, huh? No, that's not long.
Who's
That's not too
Who's
bad.
they?
Well, like Nvidia waits for like forever.
Oh yeah, they're
way out, right?
They want the
On the
stage
calendar?
all to themselves. A little more uptick in gold, 41.
All right, chat. So we are at about 37 minutes until the close. Momentum slowing down here. It's a little consolidating in here. It's not really pushing too far either way, but the fact that it's holding over this 3.8 level is a good sign for the buyers. It does look like it's charging up to get some energy to like pop above these levels here. But we're just kind of watching it.
I was looking at my phone and shit.
We're just watching it. We're watching it because they've already shown that there's some sellers in this area too. So we're really just watching to see who controls this area right here. But the momentum looks good for the buyers though. Momentum looks good for the buyers unless it comes down and breaks below these levels. It's still looking good for the buyers. Looking like this could be a cup and handle.
There we go.
Which if this is a cup and handle, it could come like in a very short time, break this higher day, and then go test that level up there. So if I was a buyer, that's kind of what I would be looking at. But I would be looking at it holding this level above here to keep that pattern. Because if it cracks below this, then that kind of ruins the pattern a little bit. But technically it could come back, test this, and then still go back up. As long as it stays above this level. Like it's really holding this zone pretty well.
Dominant.
We're taking a little tour through Ted's. Let me make an office here. We got,
like I said, if there are sellers, they would really have to pop out somewhere in this level, which as of right now, they're just not showing much strength at all. But in the day shenanigans, it usually happens out of nowhere, you know. But I'm kind of like more so looking at the fact that we're at, like I said, we're at a huge resistance on the daily. So that's why we could get a quick sweep to this level on the pullback. So I'm kind of watching for that type of momentum move. But we've had so much momentum up, that would still be a very healthy pullback. Like, it might be down in the short term, but on the longer charts, that would not be a crazy pullback. Like, if we look right here, that would not be a crazy pullback to like this level or this level here. But like I said, the market moves very irrationally, so it very well could just go up all day like it did and then make another big move at the end of the day, and then we get our pullback and correction the next day. Or hell, maybe we don't ever get a pullback or correction and the shit just keep going up and up and up. I've also seen that. Like, this is the rich people playground. It don't follow regular rules, game. It's a lot of stuff that should, you know, if it was healthy, go this and that way, but it don't work like that in the markets. Number one thing old heads, veteran traders told me, they said, the markets can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. And when you trade, just get experience on the charts, you will see that, because this shit is rigged. This shit is rigged. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do. In fact, it does a lot of shit it's not supposed to do all the time. So like I said, the fact it's still holding above that, it's still good momentum for the buyers. You know, the buyers holding up pretty strong here. Still looking like a good chance for it to be that cup and handle pattern, like I said. And we're getting closer to that like 2:30 time frame, so expecting the aggressive move to one of the sides at some point here. One of the sides gonna get an aggressive move. It looked like it's gonna be the buyers, but that could be the trickaroo. That could be the trick. It could be making it look like it's the buyers just to push the shit down. That's why you gotta be able to play both sides of the shit.
Yeah, that's the trickaroo for sure.
Mm-hmm. They're very good at that. I mean, they have like algorithms and AI algorithms and shit that they use to like trick you and like hit people's price at certain levels just to reverse it the other way. So it's like, that's kind of the thing you gotta watch out for, is the fact that they got these systems and these AI to like psychologically fuck with you in order to get a better advantage on you. So right now we're getting a little sellers. Like I said, we're looking at this level. If it's able to crack below here, it could be interesting. But as long as within the zone, it's still valid, you know, on the pullbacks, the buys. But if we get momentum on a sell, that could be interesting. So we're about to hit 2:30 in a minute now. Like I said, the sellers, look, they've been having this trend all day. I've seen some crazy stuff in the last minutes, but this really does look like a cup and handle. So like, I'm still, if I had to bet and I wasn't doing a lot of play, I would still bank on the push up. But like I said, because people are looking at that and been following the trend all day, that would be the perfect time to break the trend. Once everybody's been used to just buying it up all day. But we are getting some buys right here. The buyers are popping. Buyers popping up. Oh, there goes that 2:30 mark. Buyers trying to pop in. Buyers popping out. Some good, decent buying volume right there. They're trying to push it. Like I said, the buy was the most obvious play here, you know, but like I said, the buyers gotta just kind of like keep that momentum going, because there are some sellers up here that's lurking around trying to bait some of the buyers. They've been buying it up all day. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm really looking at this shit like with some popcorn for real. Like, damn, like how this shit about to play out? Cause it could get interesting when you're at these high levels. Like, and it's been this much momentum. Like, if you even go look at the last 2 days, go look at the momentum, how just straight up it's going. Whenever we do get a pullback, it can move really fast. That's kind of like why I took a lotto on the short side, because dude, it could have a healthy pullback all the way to down here if it wanted to. And when you're getting these big of a moves, look at how much it's moving in like a short time on these hourly. You could easily get a 5, 10, 20, 30-minute pullback. That's like a significant move. And we actually been trading in a really tight range here, so it's bound to kind of break out to upside or to the downside. We just don't know which side it's gonna be. But that's why I say you gotta be willing to play both sides of it and not stay on one side. But this is gonna be an interesting candle close here to see if it closes below this level. If it's able to close below this 06 level, that'd be interesting. But otherwise, it's coming back, just retesting this, and gonna bounce up. Not really getting nothing too solid on the, like I said, neither side. They're like, the sellers are they're lurking around, they're popping out a little bit, but we just need to see like a really big momentum, a spike to the down or the upside. I don't know, the sellers keep like they keep like kind of slamming down these buys though. Like, it is interesting, because I'm just like, it's almost like they're just trying to bait the buyers a little bit, but we'll see. Like I said, the first indicator that could be the case is if it cracks below this level right here. It's able to like break below this support at this, what level is this? This 233 EMA. It's able to come down here, break below this, then break below this level that we tested earlier. We could get a nice little, you feel me, pretty decent sized pullback. You know, it's a lot of space below here that it could come test at the end of the day. And because there's so many buyers, we could get a big sell-off if the buyers lose control, because they have had control all day. But we gotta see though, gotta let the volume prove itself. We're not guessing or hoping, but it does look like the sellers are gonna have a chance to prove their side and prove that they could take over the momentum. And like I said, they could have just been letting the buyers come buy this up to sell it off at the end of the day. Because the people that control the market, they play both sides as well. So they've had a great day on the contracts on the upside. So if they want to just make it even better, I mean, they got 2 sides they could play this shit. But definitely to the downside, they have a big advantage on possibly selling this off and trapping the buyers up here. But like I said, this could just be a pullback for it to launch up and break that high and then go here. Like I said, either side, they got momentum on their side, both ways. So right now we got about 20. See, they're coming back, retesting that level, that VWAP. That guy was trying to call that short earlier. That was an interesting call. He said he wanted to call it early. He was calling a short early. I'm interested if he still feels the same way.
Miracle for you, those combines that you guys sign up for, still getting some work done there. Bear with me. But by this middle of this week.
Working on them all weekend long.
Oh, was I ever, Eric? Nothing on the tilt here. Palantir earnings after the bell. Jobs week this week also. We got space.
Yeah, this is it's getting really tight here. So we're gonna see a big move in one of these directions soon because it's consolidating. The volume is getting tighter. The move's getting tighter, you know. So that means it's gonna pop out on one side or the other. It's either gonna come back, keep retesting this and fail, or it's gonna finally break out, which if it gets over this 2.6 level, that's the first sign it could break out to the upside. But otherwise it could come back, retest that and fail, and then come test these lower levels, which we should see very soon which side it's gonna play out to. So as of right now, it did come up. Looks like it's failing up there actually. Gotta see though. See what they
Giving
talk
it the
about.
hug. It's special
Wait,
sauce.
so it moves
but
by the hour, or like
it's 9 different.
how do you watch it?
So it's moving on every time, like honestly. So you gotta kind of look at different time frames. You gotta zoom out, look at the daily. So you gotta get context of all different times. So you gotta be like, okay, daily, what's the trend?
Yeah.
Right.
What's the
Then you gotta zoom in maybe like 4 hours. Okay, what's the shorter trend? Then 1 hour. So you're zooming in more and more on the chart, and you're trying to get a part of the move, right? So you're having to analyze on the larger time frame what it's doing compared to the smaller, and then you're trying to see, you know, you're trying to get them lined up to where you're in line with the market, right?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're trying to like catch a trend either way, and that's the thing. Like you could play both sides of it too. So right now, I'm on like a super risky contract because I'm already up. So we're gonna at least walk away with like $10 or $20 today. So even if I lose all the money on these contracts, we're still gonna walk away with 10, 20.
With something.
But if we have we got about 22 minutes left on the trading day, so we're really just trying to see if there's any momentum to pull down, because it's been going up all day. Not that it has to pull back, but there is just a couple signs that some sellers are lurking around that could push the price down a little bit. So I'm just trying to see if they come in and just sell this off at the end of the day, and we get a little momentum and possibly be able to flip these cheap contracts.
Yeah, that's basically what you're trying to do, is flip them.
Yep, that's it. We're just trying to flip and get a little money, and every day we make money, then we just take all the money we made out and start at 100 the next day.
Awesome.
So I'm just trying to show people that you can really extract money out the market with a small amount if you're playing it smart and you're managing your risk. All right, chat. So sellers trying to do a little something, but they're gonna have to get a little more aggressive to. They're gonna have to get a little more aggressive to
I've been
push the price down.
in stocks for a little while, not too long, but
yeah, I really want everybody to learn how to trade for real. Like,
yeah, it's good that
you don't need that much
expertise.
Yeah. All right, chat. So we're getting a little. We need to see like some aggression on these sales, cause chat, the way this can move is so quick. We don't. It could be the last 20 minutes. It could be 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a candle that.
Yeah, dude. I remember you saying that. You've been holding the same stocks forever, and you actually you got.
Well, you only need the momentum to go in your favor for a few minutes. Okay, hold on. All right, guys, we're getting a little sell. We're getting a little sales. All right, now what we're looking at this line right here. We're looking at this line right here at this 28,894. If it's able to crack below that, that could be some good momentum on this hill. Otherwise, this could just be another pullback for the buyers to come push it back up and send it up to higher day. So we would need more volume on the sales. So we need more sellers to come in if there is going to be momentum pushing it down. Because as of right now, the buyers can still feel like, oh, this is a good deal, let's buy it up. So the sellers really got to prove themselves here. And we need to see some momentum on the sales. in order for this to do anything to the downside, because like I said, the buyers still looking at this like, oh, this is a good deal, let's buy it back up. So we would need the sellers to be able to reject all those buyers and outweigh them and be able to still push it back down, which, like I said, if it could get below this line and close below that, that would be a good sign for sellers. Otherwise, this is still looking like a good buy for the buyers. So yeah, let's see what the experts saying, what they talking about.
Point. So if you gave back 10 of it, are you gonna cry? No.
All right, we're getting a little momentum on the sell.
You're still at 1.25%.
All right, let's see how aggressive the sellers get here.
Fantastic. You're not gonna cry if we lost 10 points at the end of the day.
I mean, no, I won't.
Right?
No. All right, IQ's gonna test these 28,900s. It just.
There's chat. If it breaks below the right levels, it could accelerate down like really quick. So it's like we're gonna see who has control at the end of the day here. If it's the buyers or the sellers. The sellers are getting a little momentum, but they are going kind of into buyer territory a little bit with where the price is pushing down. So they got some work to do to prove that they could overtake the buyers. It's looking okay, but they need to get more aggressive down here and really like push this down with momentum. Otherwise, it's just kind of hanging here. And for the options, we need momentum. You know, we don't. With the options, you need to like move in your direction quickly, like aggressively. You know, it's not good enough for it to just kind of like trickle this way down. Like it needs to be like aggressive for you to like really make the money on the contracts. Right now it's like kind of.
Oh, see a little quick note. They said that nigga Trippy dropping some new shit this month.
Oh, I heard. I've been kind of waiting to see what
I ain't gonna
he
lie,
does.
I've been fucking with this nigga. That nigga tough.
Alright, chat. This is kind of the do or die area right here. Sellers gotta pop out, get aggressive. Otherwise, it just look like it's charging up momentum to go retest that higher day.
76.
Which, if I had more money in the account, I would make like possibly a buy here. Like if I wasn't already sure, I would possibly buy here for a momentum play up. This would be a good level where the risk is low, where your risk is like right here. So could be like possibly on the other side a nice little buy play at this area. Low risk buy area.
4. Then the spider is 760 and 40.
I feel like the buyers might take that momentum. It's like the sellers keep trying to push down. They never had enough momentum on that. And as y'all can see, like I said, what I say, good area to buy. Go and test that VWAP, pull back. Like I said, if we had more money on the contracts, I would have gotten a cheap buy down here. And honestly, like the next time that we have the next time I would probably okay, it's coming back retesting this level. This look like it can make a nice momentum upside move in the last 15 minutes. Sellers really didn't have no aggression there. Like it came, retested that, tested it again, wasn't able to do anything. I could still fail, but I don't know.
And Q just
it's resilient. The buyer's
confused.
Tight.
Huh?
Confused. That's a good way to put it.
There's a lot of size, a lot of value being traded here at these prices.
Yeah, that's what I was
What do
saying.
you got, Delta? This trade has turned.
Last 15 minutes. All right, let's see what happens, chat. This shit is it's really like a tug of war at these levels. It's like the buyers and sellers trying to like take control here because it's a pretty significant level. Which honestly, what I would say next time that we do this like last 2-hour trading thing, if we get green like we were before, if we get green like that again, I think I'm gonna save the last I'm gonna save the last little bit of money. Like if we don't trade all the money in the account, I'm gonna save it for the last 15 minutes or something like that, or the last 20. So that we can get the cheapest contracts possible and get like that last little momentum move of the day. So the sellers are trying to come in and sneak in here, and we'll see if they could pull off a little move. Like I said, they could pull off a move quick as fuck.
We'll see.
And they might have been doing all this just to like sneak in at the end of the day and like, you know, or this could be the buyers seeking support to buy it up and blast it off again. But like I said, we would need to see it break this trend of making higher lows in order for it to actually do anything. And we are like kind of running out of time too.
I'd be spending. Yeah.
Come on.
That was funny.
1% short tilt in the chat.
2 seconds.
What do we got? Shorter is higher probability and better risk, Andre. Higher probability of what? Better risk.
That's all that matters.
I don't know. I don't necessarily agree. Shorts haven't worked all day.
All day?
Why not?
Not today. Not today.
Literally all day.
Not today.
Whatever.
They're trying to buy this back up. I don't know. Sellers are.
Another uptick here in gold. 41.11.
This is just interesting, honestly, chat. This is just interesting on just kind of seeing how it plays out because I don't know, can't call it, but if I had to, I would say they might make like an end of the day rip move to the upside. So we got like 12 minutes left in the day.
Andre sees green for a brief second.
Man,
yeah.
I just want to see a big move either way, games.
Buy side here. I'm thinking buy
Buy
side.
or sell, do anything, game. See, this just kind of.
Oh, yes, it is. 30-point range for last hour.
Yeah, like I
range
said,
for last hour in the
per
NQ.
minute on the NQ. No, NQ is pretty good. 511. Hold on.
What?
911 to 921 now, 10 points. 10 points is usually the ES 1 minute candle distance, peak to trough, tip to tip. So in the NQ, it's been 10.
They've got this thing just right where they want it.
Yep.
Perfectly.
Fine.
See, this is actually the worst type of momentum.
Come on. I need some sell side. I might put a little on.
I'm doing it. I'm putting a stop order in like 5 seconds before MOC.
You are?
I'm gonna do it light just in case
You
it
guys are?
wicks down. Yeah. I'm thinking sell side.
All right, let's see what it does in a day.
I'm telling you, if I don't put
Everybody
these
trying to
glasses on, I
predict.
would have been trading gold.
Hey, well, Ted, you can't do that. Got this MOC coming out. Here we go. 5
There
seconds.
goes the buy.
That come out early.
Well, that's what we were saying, chat. We were
I
looking
think
for
that's
that. That's
Oh,
kind of the
buy
moves that I was
Side,
saying.
1.5. 1 billion buy side ES. 900 million buy side.
See, that's why I think we
NQ.
need to tomorrow. We
50
need to
million
make
buy
that
side
momentum
Dow.
trade
Those
in the
numbers
last
can and will change, but
Yes.
buy side.
in that
No,
last
Jack, we're
15
growing.
minutes.
Buy side growing. 1.5 billion now ES. 1.2 billion NQ.
Good
Buy
trade.
side continue to grow. Now 700 million buy side.
Great trade.
So,
You're at 400 on that. That was beautiful.
yeah. Well, yeah. Those numbers will change.
See if they hold that.
So one of the things Jack would
Luckily-
tell you if you were here, like those 2x and 3x,
Wait, are they about to sell that whole shit up?
Qs and spies, Those guys
So,
sometimes have to play major catch up, right? Like SPY and Q
Yep.
just trades. Those guys that are trading 2 and 3x leverage, if they leave anything to buy, you know, here they are at the end of the day saying we got $1 billion to buy.
yes, they do.
That could be your buyer.
Summers can't
Will it
change.
pair off?
We have, what are we looking at here? We're looking at 8 minutes. 8 minutes to the closing bell. So see if they want to continue to buy this. ES now selling out a little bit to the upside. NQ catching a little bit of traction. In fast markets, we asked y'all to hit us up at Top Step TV on the X using the hashtag fast markets or hashtag power hour. And we just told you we turn around to you. Well, in power hour. Well, it is power hour. So let's get Dr. Volatility in here. Dr. Volatility, how'd they do?
All right, chat.
They bring the heat. And can you bring the heat
Today,
as well? What's up, James?
That's right. My sources can confirm it is.
All right, chat. As y'all could see, we did risk that. We had started with 100 today. Hold on. Started with 100 plus 17. I don't know why it's saying plus 12. It should be plus 17 because we started flat at 100. So yeah, we're plus 17. We were at a high of plus 27, so we risked like 15. Not mad at that. Tomorrow we're gonna do it again, trade the last 2 hours. We're gonna take our $17 tomorrow and withdraw that shit. You feel what I'm saying? I think they said I can't withdraw until the 5th. I think it might be because of the time, so we might not be able to withdraw that. I don't know. It said we're not gonna be able to like withdraw till the 5th. I don't know. Maybe because I like deposited at the end of the day, so we might not be able to do our withdrawal tomorrow. So I would just basically make myself trade with like $17 less tomorrow. So what that be like $83 to trade with, so we don't lose the money we made today. That's it, chat. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? We did risk a little bit on those last 2 contracts and we got out. But I'm not mad at it because I took the lower probability, or I took the higher probability lower risk trade instead of just playing this. But like I said, if we would have waited to the last like maybe like 15 minutes, like I said, I did call that buy at that level that we were at. Like I said, if we had a little bit more money in the account, I would have definitely played that buy for that end of the day spike. So if we had that extra little money, we definitely could have played that move. But now, as y'all can see, we're getting a sell-off right there. So it's like you could really play both sides, you know? Because if we had bought on this pullback here up to here, we could have made a little money there. And then if we had sold up here to here, we could also make money there. So that's why I think tomorrow I want to save. And this is kind of the move that I was looking for the whole time, funny enough. And they're doing it in the last like 5 minutes. So what we could do is we could look at the contracts and see if we were to get in this trade in the last minute, how much we could have made, because you could see that big momentum shift right there. That's all you need to make some money right there. So let's see what the contracts went to in the last seconds, right? So that 700 put, it was at $28, it just went to 48. That would have been a nice move right there. You know what I'm saying? Or there was also this contract right here at this $6.99 that was just at $3, just hit a high of 7, so that would have been 100+% flip right there, and it's going higher too. So look at this. This is the move we were waiting for. So the whole time we should have just waited for this spike right here and then got into our lotto contract. So I was not wrong for the logic, but you see how important the timing is on this shit. So I had the right idea, but it looks like they were waiting to pull this move off in the last 10 minutes, basically. So they did that little volume spike up to fake out. And like I said, if this shit keeps going below, like I said, we could watch those contracts so y'all could see how quickly it's able to move. So like I said, this contract was just, this $6.99 contract was just worth $10. It's already worth 25 right now as the momentum keeps going, and the momentum can easily keep going down right here. So this right here is the kind of contract and the kind of trade that I was looking to flip. I was just probably like 20 minutes early. And like I said, they like to save these moves towards the end of the day sometimes. So y'all can see this contract is worth $33. Look, it just went from 10 to 33, 35, 36. This contract was also cheap. It just went from $3 to now it's 11. That's all you need for real. So, like I said, timing is everything. I had the right idea, the right outlook, all that, but I got out my contracts early, just to protect. But it's like at this point, damn, I should have just held them bitches. Shit, I should have just held my shit game to the end of the day, by the looks of it, cause I just sold it, and then it just made the move like right after. But see, like they do stuff like that, like push the momentum up real quick, and then go reject off of that. That's why I was saying, like, if the volume could hold above there, then it could make the high day move. Otherwise, I was looking at it as a possible retest and fail, and it did do that. So that's why you gotta leave a little bit of money in the account at the end of the day. What I'm saying, it was a little too early to give up that last little $20 we had, or the last little $15 we had, because we could have easily flipped that 15. But you can't predict the timing. You know, I saw the move. If what I'm saying, I saw we were getting momentum on the downside. It couldn't get below. But nice to see that it still played out, because if we had a bigger account size, I would have definitely been able to play it on the upside and the downside. So yeah, once again, another day where I'm making good reads on it, regardless if I'm in a trade or not. And like I said, I'm doing this with a small account, so we don't get to make that many trades. What I'm saying, but since we're on the end of the day, I definitely gotta do one of these trades in the last 15 minutes. Since we're doing only trades in the last 2 hours of the market this week, I definitely gotta get me like a last 15-minute trade in one of these days if I see a setup. Cause shit like this could happen, where the contract flip. Like, hold on, how cheap was this? This was just $10, and this shit went up to 38. So that shit almost 4x right there. Look at that. This contract right here was just worth $3. It went up to 13. So that shit almost 4x. So imagine you could have got 5 of them bitches, 10 of them bitches for $40 and flipped your shit like that. Or imagine if you had 100, could have flipped that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the type of moves you could get at the end of the day when you're trading these options. But your timing has to be good, and y'all see how sensitive timing is, right? I had the right idea for the move, got in just a little bit too early, and then I wasn't able to flip the trade, but it still worked out. That's why it's good to trade options and futures, because the futures, you don't have to worry about the timing. So look, in the last seconds of the day, let's see what they do. It's always fun to watch it in the last seconds when you're not in a trade. Let's see if they sell it off or if they like spike it back up. I feel like they might sell it off. They might. But you never know. They do whatever the fuck they want to do in the last seconds. This is the 1 second chart for anyone, just to see how fast this move. Oh, well, they're getting a little sell. Trying to buy it back up. All right, push back at the end of that zone. 4, 3, 2, 1. Market close. Now we're at the after hours time. This is why it's good to trade futures too, because you could trade this little time after the market closed too. So if there's momentum going one way or the other, you can get the complete move right there. So yeah, chat, like as y'all can see, this is where we're ending the account today. It keeps saying plus 13. I don't know where the fuck they getting that shit from, nigga. We're plus 17 today. So we're gonna pay ourselves out 17. Shit. Like I said, I don't know why these niggas are saying that I can't withdraw my money until the 5th. So like I said, tomorrow we're gonna just trade with only $80 out of the 117 so we can make sure we pay ourselves back for today. So tomorrow's actually gonna be $80 account challenge. But I just made $17 out of thin fucking air, nigga. How could you be mad at that shit, gang? How could you be mad at that shit? But what I'm saying, think about it like this. Federal minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. The fact I could sit here and make a trade for a few minutes and be able to make 17, or we were up at $27 at the highest today. The fact we could do that shit, crazy. Just off of being able to read the chart and being able to get in, get out. I am proud of myself. Little wrap up summary on how I did today. Today, one of the main things I want to work on was I want to work on my timing. I think I did good on my timing, waiting for volume confirmation on that short that I took at the top, not being antsy. Feel me? My goal isn't to make the most money. My goal is to work on my weaknesses, right? Because if I work on my weaknesses, there's no cap on how much that I can make. That's why I wasn't worried about how much money we made. Wasn't worried about how much money we lost. I was worried about looking at the charts and reading the charts objectively on both sides. That's why regardless if I was in a trade, I was still looking at the momentum on both sides and really trying to read it clear as if I was in a trade, because that's just getting my overall chart skills up. Like I said, $100 account challenge. Every day we make money, we'll withdraw the money. Now they're making us wait until Wednesday. So like I said, I'm gonna put a limit on myself to only trade $80 to make sure we don't lose the money that we made today, and I could pay myself my 17 on Wednesday. So like I said, today $100 account challenge, tomorrow is gonna be 80, and this week the challenge is to trade in the last 2 hours of the day. So this is extreme. This is even more difficult than last week, because at the end of the day, the contracts are losing their value more, so that means you have to be right and then get your timing right even more. But I'm doing this in order to challenge my weaknesses on my timing of getting in trades. I have very good ability to spot really good setups. One of my weaknesses is when I spot a good setup, my timing being a little off, like me being a little bit early, like y'all literally saw it today. At the end of the day, if we would have got that timing right on that last little momentum play, we could have flipped that $15, $16 into like 50, 60, 70, 100 plus. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the difference between flipping a small account to a larger amount. It's like you can make these small consistent gains, but that's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on small consistent gains and not focused on those big plays. If there's an opportunity for us to risk a small amount of our money and be able to possibly get in, like today, it was worth the risk. Because as y'all see, it worked out, right? Y'all see it clearly worked out. But getting that timing in such a short time in a high risk environment, that's the hard part, right? But as y'all can see, clearly I could read the damn chart. Clearly I read that momentum perfectly on both sides. And if we had a bigger account, I would have been able to keep playing both sides and being able to extract more money. But I'm showing y'all how much more difficult it is to trade with a smaller amount of money. But it is possible. You have to be grateful and appreciate of being able to pull anything out the market, because number one, the odds are already against you trading in the market, so you're already fighting an uphill battle. Then number two, you got a small account, you're fighting the odds even more, so you got to be even more on it to take that money when it comes to you. And today, that's what I was focused on, not getting greedy, right? Reading the chart objectively and being willing to play both sides. That's all you can really do, because if you're able to make anything on a small account, that is a victory. So to some people might be like, oh, it's only $17, but stacking up the money on those days and being able to work on your skill set and your system, that is going to pay you all way more in the long run. Because today could be $17, the next day it could be $5, the next day it could be $50, then one day it could be a loss. But the thing I'm teaching y'all is how to use the same amount of money and keep flipping that same small amount of money by getting into precise trades that are good risk to reward and managing your risk. So like I said, I'm doing this challenge to show you guys that you can have any small amount of money and flip that shit and keep your risk low by taking out your profits. Because if you can trade, I believe you should be able to trade with a small amount, any amount. To me, a great trader is able to trade with any amount. It's easier to trade when you have more money, right? Especially with these options, it's easier to trade. When you don't have that much money, you have to be even more precise, even more accurate. You have even less room for error. That's really what makes it hard. The extremely, extremely, extremely low room for error. So, this has been another day of Sierra Trades $100 account challenge. So like I said, we're gonna come back tomorrow, last 2 hours of the day, look for any setups, see if there's anything there, and we'll see what we can get. We'll see. We're not gonna be greedy because once again, we are making money up here out of thin air, right? So it's like we can't get too greedy. If I see green, I'm taking it. You know, one of my mentors said, hey, traders never went broke by taking the money and taking a green. And that is a fact. And the longer I trade, the longer I do this shit, the more I understand what they mean by that. Because sometimes we get a green and the trades come easy and we're like, oh, I want a little more, I want a little more. That's the part of ourselves we gotta fight because we don't have no coach. We don't got nobody putting us on the bench when we doing too much. So it's about stacking these days where it might feel like, oh, I didn't make that much, but that's how you get to those days where you make more. By stacking up those small wins, that adds up. And especially if you're able to just extract money out the market, boom, $10 here, 15 there, 20 there, 50 there, another 10, another 5. As long as you're able to stay in the green and not in the red, you're winning. And it's like you gotta remind yourself that. I have to remind myself that. So when y'all see me trading, y'all are seeing me mentally battle myself. And that's the number one thing. Anybody that's watching me do this, I want y'all to remember this is a mental battle. Because when you really get to the fundamentals of shit, it's supply, demand, volume. That's all this shit is. Supply, demand, volume. It's that simple. But outside of that, the more complicated part is managing your emotion, managing your greed, managing your fear. As y'all heard, I told y'all mid-trade, I was getting a little nervous. My anxiety was creeping up a little bit, right? But I was also, what I do, I put my sounds on to get my vibration right, to help me focus. At times, I had to live stream it with the other traders. I had to mute them, turn them off to clear out any extra noise that I was hearing, right? To focus and recenter myself, and then focus on just reading the chart objectively either way, limiting my risk, right? And then taking on a little bit of risk. So today, the risk, it's not that it didn't work out on the chart. It worked out on the chart, but the timing wasn't perfect. But that's kind of the imperfect reality of trading. You don't know what's going to happen next. All you could do is try to take a certain probability setup. But what I would say is, if I see the volume getting tight like that again, I'm going to wait a little bit longer next time when I notice that it's getting tight like that to get a little bit of a sign of it breaking in one direction or the other. That's the one thing I could do different when I'm making these like lotto momentum plays. It's a little tough because if you want to buy it cheap, you have to kind of buy it a little bit early. But at the same time, I could have got my timing right and let it just keep going to the side in that range. And that would have been better to keep letting it consolidate on both sides instead of seeing like, okay, I see the momentum could pull to the downside. I think that would have been a better play, and that's what I would do differently. But with that being said, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you drop a follow on the socials, all of that. If you would like to learn how to trade, if you would like me to mentor you, you can go to my link tree and sign up. I will pull that up right here. You can go to my link tree. Anybody wants to learn how to trade, I do have a form for consultation sessions, ITB consultation and services. You can click stocks, crypto, options, futures, education. You can pick how long you want the session to be. And I will teach you what I can in that, and I will give you assignments, homework, all of these different things, checkpoints that you need to reach before you could put money in trade with the real account. All of that. And I will do my best to
The market
coach
is
you.
closed.
I will do my best to coach you and give you the best resources that I have and the best information that I have. So yeah, And all of these are gonna be a Patreon. So anybody that wants to catch these little lessons, these little videos, I am gonna have them on Patreon. So like I said, you could go on there, you could pick what date that you want to have the meeting. Like I said, the rate is $1 a minute, so you can go decide you want to do 15, 30, 45, 60 minutes, and I'll teach you whatever I can in that time. But just understand that this trading shit is a long process, and you need to be prepared to lose in order to learn how to win. This ain't no get rich quick scheme when you're doing it the right way. So, if you're actually interested in doing it, the link's in the chat. If you're on YouTube, the link's in my bio and should be in the description on this video. But with that being said, this is the end of the trading day. We're up 17% on the account. How could we lose game? We just made money appear out of thin air. Don't forget that shit. Alright, YouTube stream. About to go do some other shit, gang. ITB University trading $100 account challenge. In the last 2 hours of the trading day, the most risky time. Options contracts. We gonna see y'all tomorrow on the next one. Alright.